Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Stoop Kid Podcast. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Stoop Kid Podcast. Today, returning originally on episode number 10, it is Matty Boy. How you doing today, dude?
Oh, man, I'm doing great, bro. How about you?
I'm doing solid, man. It's what is it? It's a Monday after a nice playoff 49er win against Dallas.
Ooh, I'm jazzed up over that.
Oh, yeah, dude. And I know you're a Niner fan, too, because I remember, I think it was, last year? Or was it the year before? I think it was 2 years ago, right?
When we did the podcast?
No, well, I know the podcast was about almost 4 years ago.
Yeah, I knew that was a long time ago.
We did the podcast in 2019. But you know what? I think that's when we were going because that was the last time we made the Super Bowl run.
I think so.
And I think we started, we were talking, and later that year, we were both caught each other. We didn't run into each other, but we noticed we were both going to games. And
yeah, heck yeah.
That was the same thing as this year, dude. It feels the same, except
bro,
better.
I'm so jazzed up. This Purdy kid, man.
Oh, dude, isn't he the real deal or what?
I certainly hope so. I mean, I keep thinking it. So,
I mean, I
feel like, did he have any turnovers in this game yesterday?
0.
Bro, that defense the Dallas defense is unreal.
Yeah.
But obviously so is our defense. But their defense, you got to figure they had 2 turnovers, bro. And what did we get? 3 points off of the 2 turnovers?
We at least got 3 points off that one because it ended up in a field goal.
Yeah,
and before the end of the first half.
And technically, I don't even think Dallas would have scored in the second half if it wasn't for our turnover, right?
Yeah. And that was a special team turnover. That was Rich when I wanted to say Richie James, but that's not it. Richie James is on the other team. It's Ray McLeod.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he made up for it the next time with a 57-yard return.
Hell yeah, they was talking about that too. They was raving about that. So, man. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Our second half, the Niners in the second half are crazy, man.
So that's what they're kind of saying. The last 2 games, and I know you probably noticed this, is we start off a little slow, and then we finish strong. And they're saying you can't be doing that with Philly.
No.
So I'm hoping we get that run game established a little earlier. You know, we can squeeze the life out of them.
I would like to hope that, I mean, bro, we are not the Giants.
No.
You know what I mean? So I like when teams like I felt like it was good for us that the Dallas went in there and who did they play the week before?
They played why am I not remembering? They played Tampa Bay.
They crushed them, right?
Tampa Bay. And we crushed them too. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, these dudes are gonna like maybe get big-headed.
Right.
You know, we just stomped out Tampa Bay, so we're gonna go into San Francisco and just mollywop them. And it was a complete different story. So I'm kind of hoping that Philly, because Philly just dog walked the Giants.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that they're gonna be like
kind of the way KC dog walked Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Even though Kansas City is a dominant force, like you just said, though, that hurt leg on Mahomes and the fact that they're coming in a little hot, I don't know, dude. That Bengals team's looking pretty mean.
Man, them Bengals didn't the Bengals beat them last year too?
Yeah, that's how they got to the Super Bowl. Yep.
Yeah. So
do it again.
Yeah,
I want a Niners Bengals rematch. That'd be cool.
With the same results as the last time?
Definitely has to be. I love Joe Burrow, but you're not winning this one, buddy.
No.
Like, and that's the thing. Purdy's becoming my guy, but before him, it was like Burrow. Like, I'm really impressed with Burrow a lot. I just like his attitude. He's got that like rebel mindset. Smoking
cigars.
Yeah. I just like it. It seems like he's breaking the rules. I enjoy it.
Yeah, hell, he's like the new Joe Namath, huh?
Oh, fuck. Dude, that's great. Joe Namath. I was just watching Little Nicky. Have you seen Little Nicky? You know, the Adam Sandler movie? Where he's the son of the devil? Oh,
look, I don't think so. Is it new or is it?
No, it's from like 2000, or 2000 maybe. But dude, there's a scene in there where Dan Marino's talking to the devil, right? And he's like, come on, man, just give me a Super Bowl win, please. And the devil's like, no, you're too nice of a guy. We can't do it. He's like,
hell yeah.
He's like, but you did it for Namath.
We need Purdy to tighten up then, homie, because I feel like he fits that.
Yeah. No, but it's funny because Dan Marino goes, oh, but you did it for Namath. And then the devil goes, yeah, but Joe was coming here anyway. But like, did you hear Namath said to the Jets? And I don't know if this means shit, but he's like, hey, I'll unretire my number 12 if Aaron Rodgers comes to the Jets. So there's that, but that doesn't mean he's going to go anywhere.
Now, are they hinting around that Tom Brady's going to go to the Raiders too?
See, I'm wondering the same thing, but I don't know. Like, wouldn't he rather maybe go to I know the Raiders look good, but I don't know. Does he want to go to the Raiders?
I don't know. I mean, would find it so odd because of the Tuck game.
The Tuck game, and like maybe it's retribution the way kind of Sherman came to the Niners. Who knows? Yeah. But I don't know, man. The Raiders organization is just a puzzle.
Bro, I don't understand it. There's no way that they should have lost that many games. And maybe Derek Carr is the issue, because what other explanation, bro?
Well, I think part of it is him. Honestly, dude, you know how like Alex Smith, everyone was like, he sucks. And then when he went to KC and he got a new life to do something, he really made a name for himself separate from the Niners. I kind of think Derek needs that. I think he's been stuck in a shitty situation with them for years. And I do think he's kind of become the problem, but I think they farmed him into that. You know, think,
bro, that fool had Waller.
Yeah, Adams, I know.
Jacobs, bro, Jacobs is the best running. Yeah. And Adams is, who's better than Adams?
No, not many.
Yeah, that fool's top 5, bro.
And I would say though, no matter who they get next year, they got to improve that O-line.
Yeah, you know what? I think that like Bill Belichick's secret to the NBA is having elite offensive lines, because, bro, no quarterback that gets to the NFL is a slug. So if you give an NFL quarterback the time that he needs, he's going to excel.
Yeah, because you can't grow when you're constantly being blitzed and pressured. You just can't do anything. You're going to get frustrated.
Yeah, well, look at Brady. Brady can't play, bro, if he's under pressure.
Well, and there's no running game, so it's all on him.
Oh, that's true.
And those dumbass receivers that can't catch balls, I don't understand that. As much as I sometimes,
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, it's frustrating because he's got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and it's not like it's just like they're not syncing up, and it's just weird. Super weird.
Yeah.
But I was gonna since we're on the football hype, and I know next week we're going to Philly. How do you feel about that?
I want to be optimistic. You know what I mean? I don't know. I get nervous, bro.
Without thinking too hard about it. What do you feel?
I think we're going to win nervous because I just don't think that. For one, I think that everybody underestimates us. You know what I mean? It's like everybody was saying, "Oh, we ain't played no good team. Right. Dallas is gonna dog walk you guys because you ain't played nobody."
Yeah, you haven't played.
You know what I mean? So, and I like being the underdog person because I feel like your players play better, because it's like everybody expects us to lose. So what do we have to lose? It ain't like everybody's looking at you like you have to win this game. There's no reason why you shouldn't win this game. It's like this dude's on his 8th game? 7th? Yeah, I think the Dallas game was his 7th game starting.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's on his 8th game in the NFL, and it's the championship game.
And it's his 3rd playoff game.
Yeah. Crazy. Come on, man. As a rookie.
But you know what else is crazy? Did you know that in 2019, the same year we did the podcast, Brock Purdy faced off against Jalen Hurts in college?
Yeah, no, so I just seen the stats.
Yeah, it was a shootout.
Had 5 touchdowns or something, right?
Yeah, Purdy threw 5 and rushed 1. He had 6.
God.
Yeah. He's a dog, dude. He's a fucking dog.
That's incredible, bro. But like I was saying, I just feel like I've always tripped on obviously there's elite players that are mentally strong enough to where even with the pressure, they still flourish.
Mhm.
But I feel like a lot of athletes play better when they're like, we have nothing to lose. You know what I mean? It's like, let's just go out there and have fun, ball out. If we win, dope. If we lose, I mean, look at how far we got there, how far we got.
It's like that whole, like, it's like an adage of like, tell me I can't do it and I'll do it. Right.
Yeah.
No, exactly. I like that too. And I feel like it kind of like, I'd rather be the stepchild than the golden boy, you know? So like you said, like we admire the rebelliousness of it all. You know, we don't need to be the white knight. Let's go in there and just beat the shit out of everybody.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm like the same way. I feel the same way. I just had my birthday on Saturday, and I was telling everyone there, and they were kind of looking at me like I was crazy, but I'm like, I'm not worried about any game. I know I'm going to be stressed out, but I feel like we'll win it. I think there's something about it that I think we could just do it all. Like,
well, bruh, our team is
something
elite.
about it. Yeah.
We have the craziest team ever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at this shit. Kittle, Ayuk's even a beast. Debo, Christian McCaffrey. What's our other running back?
Elijah Mitchell.
Come on, man.
Plus, then we got Jordan Mason too. That's another running back. And then we got Kyle Juszczyk as a fullback.
It's just
and then Jennings too.
That's just a crazy offense, bro.
And that's just the offense. You didn't even talk about the defense, which is
our defense is the number one defense in the league. So you don't, it's like that goes without saying.
Yeah.
These fools, I think Seattle was the only team that scored on us in the second half in like 3 or 4 games or something, right?
And that's that division fluke shit.
Yeah, right? Hell yeah.
It's not even that they're that great.
But and what, they only scored 1 touchdown. Wouldn't because we put on the gas at the end. I think they even got or maybe what did they score? 17 in the first half or something? Or
I think so. We kept them below 20 though, I think.
Oh, okay.
Man, so Gino had a good year, but not when he played us.
No, bro. That second half, we balled out so tough. That shit blew me away.
Dude, if you count the playoff game as a divisional game, we were 5-0 in the division. Or no, 7-0 in the division.
That's crazy, bro. That full I mean, I've been saying all along, I feel like immediate, like Jimmy G, I feel like would have been a great quarterback if he never got the pressure. Like if he came in to the league more like leisurely, you know what I mean? Because I feel like his first year or something, didn't he take us to the Super Bowl or
and
not the first year as
the second year. Yeah, the first year he got hurt, right?
Okay, so and then he came back and brought us all the way, right?
Right.
So then everybody was on this Jimmy G hype, and I feel like that pressure fucked with him. You know what I mean? To where it's like when you have nothing to lose, bro, your brain. I know it's this fast, but your brain does. It's like there's no doubt. Here, I'm gonna throw this. I'm gonna hit it. But when that little seed of doubt, or when that pressure gets on you, it changes everything. And I feel like that's like Jimmy G. So, but.
I agree. And I think that's kind of why Purdy is like adapting to it all, because I don't think there's been a program he hasn't been a part of where he wasn't the third string. He was the third string at Iowa State and he worked his way up to be the starter. It's just, the guy's never been, like you just said, the metaphor of never being believed in, always being looked over. I mean, he's kind of representing it all, you know, in a way. And that's
phenomenal, though, man.
Don't you love like a Rudy Cinderella story in a way?
Hell too? Yeah. When nobody gives you credit, bro, there's no pressure.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I'm hoping that, like, hopefully Hurts has that little arrogant attitude. Like, I'm going to play against a third string quarterback. I'm not worried about it.
You know, I wonder what his idea is, because like you just said, it's no mystery that we're the number 1 defense in the league. So I wonder how he's feeling. I mean, he's got to be feeling a little nervous, but he's got a hella good offensive line.
Oh yeah.
So that is the one, because similar to Dallas, but the good thing is too is if we beat Philly, or I should say when we beat Philly, that's going to be the best offensive line that we face.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I mean. Like if we can get through this, we can. We got it.
Yeah.
And I love the Bengals, but I don't think they're doing it against the Niners.
And I don't think that the Chiefs are going to get past Cincy. So
I don't think so.
I feel like if we beat Philly, I feel like we're going to be playing Cincinnati in the Super Bowl, which will be crazy.
I hope so too, for a couple reasons. I'm sick of Kansas City. I respect them, but I'm sick of them. And then the other thing is I don't want that like bullshit. If we win and beat them, everyone being like, "Oh, but you were playing limpy Mahomes." And it's like, no.
Oh yeah.
No, I want a healthy core. That's why I want Burrow. You know.
Hey. Yeah. He's getting crazy.
Oh, hi, buddy.
Twins, man, that's crazy.
That is crazy. That's the craziest thing. So that's kind of what I was going to segue in. Since we last spoke, you even had a couple more kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twins.
Man. So you got a whole litter now.
July 28th. Yeah, we got 5 kids in the house, bro.
That's good though. It keeps you young and it keeps you old all at the same time.
All at the same time. If you didn't have gray hair before you had 5 kids, you'll have it in a month.
Good thing it's attractive on us, I guess. I don't know. That's what they say. That's what they say.
Well, my lady's grandma tends to like the gray, but I think she's the only one.
Yeah, that's definitely a type. But yeah, dude, same. The kids are great though. You know, they definitely make the holidays a lot more enjoyable. Especially when you're trying to not recreate, but establish your own family traditions.
Yeah.
Right? So that's
keep the old traditions going. So
right. But basically to have it be your own and be like, oh, okay, you know what? I got the nostalgia, but this is ours. This right here is ours. So I love that. But on a professional level, what's changed for your solo career since 2019?
My name.
Okay.
I finally pulled the trigger and changed it from Blase to Matty Boy because that Blase shit just hurt me, man.
Why do you say that?
Because they kept because there's like artists or a particular artist that they kept grouping all my music with, and he was like a foreigner, right? So this guy was like from Russia or something. So automatically all the music I released, they paired it with this guy. So they would either put my music on his page or his on mine. But even after I corrected it, if you went on to iTunes or Apple Music or whatever and played my song, you know how like you put on a mix or something. I'm going to play his song and other songs like his are going to come on. Well, it would play one song like that and then it would go to like Russian rap or something. So everybody was like, I'm just going to go to your YouTube and listen to your YouTube or whatever because it's not working. So finally, after so long, I was just like tired of going through it. And I'm like, I need to change this now or else it's just it's always going to be an issue.
Well, and from a legal standpoint, that seems ridiculous, right? Like, because they make sure their money's in order.
Oh, bro.
But supposedly, and that's always the controversy with these streaming sites is like how do they pay their artists, right? And it's based on clicks. So they're basically giving your money to this dude. When you think about it,
well, they'll correct it.
Oh, okay.
Like all the streams that song got once I corrected it and put it, but nobody wants to listen to it. You know what I mean? They'll be like, who wants to listen to one song and then when it changes, it goes to somewhere else. You know what I mean? So
and then you just hear like the beginning of Rocky 4, you know, or is that that's 3?
It was terrible, man.
But
I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to drop me a little EP called The Emergence of Matty Boy, right? And I'm gonna do it all on CD initially.
Ooh. Dang, you know what? Everyone's doing tape. I like that you're doing CD because I grew up in the CD era.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put the CD out first and see what happens with that, and then I'll put it on the streaming shit. Just
keeping it a little more exclusive.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because I feel like I got some. I mean, I'm always gonna be hyped up off the music that I make, and like a lot of times, bro, I probably touched on it on our last podcast, but like my music, a lot, if not all of my music, is inspired by events, or like I'll think about, like I got a song on the EP called Gang Enhancements, and it's all about prison. Like I had one of my partners that I was in the feds with master it, and when I sent it to him, this fool was like, Matty, this song is incredible. He's like, I'm sitting here listening to this song, and he goes, and I could see it all. I could picture you in the cell. I could just picture everything going down. And it's just like, I respect, and I know this sounds crazy, but I respect my music because it's like, and I know I don't put out like mass quantities of music, but every song that you hear that I put out is personal, man. It's like, this comes from life experiences, man.
Yeah, it's not phony. It's not and that is the connotation a lot of white rappers get. I mean, since since Vanilla Ice, and
yeah,
that's kind of the stereotype that white guys get thrown into, right? They're like, how hood are you? And it's like, but not every group that's, in poverty or dealing with adversity in life is going to be a person of color all the time,
Well, and not every white rapper grew up in a black hood. You know what I mean? It's
and
like
that too, like you're not from that rodeo, right?
No, I feel like that's fucking like cliche. Like fucking, I feel like the masses are tired of hearing about like how you grew up in a certain neighborhood. You know what I mean? And it's just like,
well, it's been covered for the last 30 years in movies and shows. So even the person that never leaves their house and just plays Call of Duty all day, that is homeschooled, understands hustle. They understand the hardships from a demographic that they probably have never even interacted with.
Exactly. So I don't know. I just feel, and I feel like that's been kind of working against me as well, because like in my videos, bro, you see a bunch of fucking white boys, a bunch of convict white boys that grew up like, our role models were people in prison, white gang members in prison, or bikers and shit like that.
Or like you said, your family, even some of your family members.
Fuck yeah. I mean, my family is the reason why that I even was introduced to that shit. But bruh, like we was literally raised in that lifestyle. I mean, from our earliest, like me and my brother and my sister's earliest vacations were up near the Sacramento Folsom area, so my parents could go in there and visit. I mean, bro, we was throwing pennies and shit in the motel swimming pools and diving for pennies, and my mom and dad are going inside the prison and visiting.
But I mean, and then like you said, because that's like second nature and a weekend, it's not something that you were educated on that was wrong, or it was something that you even said in our last podcast that you looked forward to, because you looked up to your mom and dad, and that's what they were doing with their life. So, that's the way it goes. Like, and that's a great example. Like, people always think, oh, well, you should know right from wrong. Well, if you're taught certain things are right and certain things are wrong, that's what you go off of. It's not just everyone knows the universal truth of life, So that's super crazy. It's interesting.
I think that everybody knows right from wrong thing. It's like when you're raised in a normal household, both parents get up and go to work, or one parent gets up and go to work, the other parent brings the kids to school and stuff like that. So it's like at a certain point, you come of age, like, I don't know, say you hit junior high and, your buddies are snorting lines of cocaine, and you're like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't do this. This is wrong. But imagine being in like 5th and 6th grade, and it's like I don't want to say it's like well, you're being like programmed. I mean, my mom
Yeah.
would take me and my brother to Costco and buy us the bulk candy. We'd take it to school and sell it at school. And then once we hit 7th and 8th grade, that went from candy to marijuana. And then
Oh, so she was grooming you.
it was fucking grooming.
Yeah.
So then in between my 8th and 9th grade year, the meth came into play. It was just like, bro, it was just like that shit was normal to us. It wasn't like, and I mean, as crazy as this fucking seems, bro, I did not realize like how crazy our lifestyle was until I came home from the feds at like 37 years old, bro. And my brother had said something. He was like, bro, there was nothing normal about how we were raised. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's fucking bizarre, bro. I went to jail for attempted murder when I was like 13 years old, right? And when I called home, it's like my mom put me on the fucking telephone with the Hell's Angel, and the dude was like hyped up, bro. He was like, fuck yeah, man. You know what I mean? That's
you got your first communion.
Yeah, like that's what should happen. You know what I mean? And it was like, hell yeah, motherfuckers were hyped up, bro. 13 years old. You got kids, right?
Yeah.
How old?
My oldest is 5 and my youngest is 2.5.
Okay, well, our kids are still young, bro. But imagine your 13-year-old calling you from juvenile hall talking about they just arrested me for attempted murder.
Yeah. It's different for me, and I know it's different for you too, but it's just like, that's what kind of fucks with us a little. It's like, do you ever like try and say like, how fucked were things if that was normal for you, mom or
bro?
dad? Like, how bad was it?
You know what actually was like the defining moment for me? I was at my sister's house and all my nieces were there. And I want to say that they was like 16, 17 or whatever. The oldest of my nieces, not the oldest, the middle ones. So like my niece, Savannah and Fiona, and Delaney's a little bit younger. But I remember looking at them and I forget what they was doing, but I was like, man, and I know they had been through a lot too, right? But they was still, it wasn't like it was like the shit that I was doing at 13, and I'm looking at them and what they're doing at 16, and I was like, dude, this is insane what me and my brother were exposed to at such a young age.
Mm-hmm. I wonder too, like, so I mean, clearly this is still happening with kids and their parents, right? But I'm wondering, because we grew up when we grew up, where there were no cell phones really, right? I mean, shit, did you have a pager when you were young?
Yeah, I had a pager, but we also had the boosted cell phones, that everybody was getting on.
Okay. But I mean, I wonder now, because then you had to use a pay phone or something, right? And it's just, now it's like they could probably sell that shit like digitally.
Bro.
Like you probably wouldn't want to, but yeah, it's crazy too. I feel like you could almost be like they're lazier drug dealers now.
Yeah.
Like you back in my day.
Well, it's all different, man. And I think like that instant gratification that we've been exposed to is also like the main reason why a lot of these people that live that lifestyle don't they're not committed to it. You know what I mean? It's like, while it's good, they're living that dope boy life and all that, but then once their cell phones are taken, they're thrown in a box, and it's just like, bro, that shit spins people for a fucking loop. There's no more instant gratification. You know what I mean? You have to wait for everything. Your attorney tells you, I put the court date off for 5 months, and you don't hear from them for 3 months, and fucking motherfuckers in there losing their minds. So
because time goes on for you. Yeah.
Bro, the ways of the world now is just, everything is different.
Well, and I was going to ask you too, and this is about your Gangster White Boy video. This was, I think, 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
how'd you get access to those cars, dude? Those were fucking dope,
Oh,
classic
that's
cars, dude.
my partner. He stays with the classic. Well, Tommy Girk is a painter, so he has access to the bikes. Like he was one of the guys on the bikes, and I
Oh,
mean
okay.
Tommy Girk is a showcase painter, bro. This fool like $20,000 paint jobs, bro. His paint jobs win car shows, bro.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
So
it was sick. Like that was one part that I noticed too about your solo career is like your budget, your network, obviously all of that grew, which is exactly what you want to see with people coming up and busting their ass, just working nonstop, and that was kind of the point where I was like, damn, dude, things are really coming into place for you. And I was like, I felt like, you were still doing your thing. It's not like you changed up at all, but it was like you were finally getting a little more freedom and a little more creative. Your creative freedom was growing because your resources were growing. And
yeah,
that I was like, dude, that'll help with your storytelling because then you can really showcase all the shit you're thinking about and saying on the visual side as well because that's an important aspect of music videos, of course.
yeah. Well, I think like the one of the things that comes easy for me is the fact that there's like a lot of people respect, especially where I'm from. A lot of people respect what I'm doing. You know what I mean? It's like I'm in a way. I mean, you got like the country musicians, country like the Jelly Rolls and shit like that.
Yeah.
That kind of talk about country white boys that grow up in trailer parks and shit. But for the white boys out here that didn't grow up in trailer parks that are close to the cities and all that type of stuff. I mean, I feel like my music is an outlet for them that have never had that outlet that they could relate to, like the not like the hillbillies, the
Right.
people out there in the sticks and talking. I mean, I'm sure that a lot of white boys will always relate to that shit, but I feel like the white boys that grew up around other white boys but aren't in country, I feel like Mason and I are hitting home for them guys, bro. And I feel like it brings people together and it makes people want to do things for me. Like if I need vehicles, man, these fools are like, I'll be there. My little homie Mike's got 2 Impalas. I mean,
damn. Yeah.
My guys are like they're down to do whatever it takes to help me out. They're feeling like the whole movement of it. So
well, and not to sound cliche, man, but you're putting up certain place that isn't represented very well or at all in that sense on the map. Like it's not even just like putting it on the map, but I feel like in some ways you're kind of like a how like there's people in your family that take pictures of everything, right? And it's those people that are the ones establishing the scrapbook of what's going on with this family. And
yeah,
in a way, you're pretty much showcasing, hey, good or bad, this is the lifestyle out here. And it's cool for people that aren't in that area to learn about, like everyone knows about Compton now, but no one really knew about Compton pre 1950s, even,
yeah,
like before the Watts stuff and all that, even, like it was just an area of LA. Like now it's second nature. Everyone knows what Compton is.
yeah,
Like it's cool that there's an area of the world that you're like, well, we don't know shit about this part of the Bay,
yeah. Well, I've had people like writers and shit reach out to me that were infatuated with the story. They're like, bro, I grew up in San Jose or whatever. I never even heard of a white street gang. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
how
we're
the
so used to Mexican,
yeah,
Asian, and black, and not even black. Black gangs only really in Oakland and San Francisco. We don't. I mean, that's what I know. I'm probably not even knowledgeable of that, but
well,
I I feel the
that's
same way.
exactly what he said. It's like I'm used to the Hispanic gangs and everything, so this like blew me away. And then they go in there and they start Googling the shit that I'm talking about, and they're even more blown away. They're like, fuck, man, these motherfuckers was really going crazy at one point. So
Well, and that's the funny thing, right? Everyone, like you said about Hell's Angels, everyone, no, not a lot of people understand that the Hell's Angels started in Oakland.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy too, bro.
It's a trip.
That is crazy.
And my poser ass didn't learn about that until Sons of Anarchy came out, because the creator of it was a hang around for a year over at the club, the Charter in Oakland, off Foothill. Because I think they're off Foothill.
There was a fuck, man. I forget which episode. What's the dude that kind of looked like what was the guy's name that ended up getting raped and shit in jail?
What was he, a Hell's Angel?
No, he was the Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, yeah. Not Juice. Yeah, it was Juice, right?
It was Juice. Okay, so what was the guy's name that looked like Juice? Kind of like bald head.
Oh, no. That's Happy. He's a real Hell's Angel, right?
He's a real Hell's Angel.
Yeah, and tattoo artist.
Yeah, so they actually had like Hell's Angels in that little mix. So I thought that was kind of dope too.
Well, and they did have the I forgot what his name. I think was it Frank Rizzo or something from the. That's probably not right, but the dude who was the president of the New York chapter.
He was in it too.
I think he was one of the guys in there.
Wow.
So like you said, they were putting some people on that had like, maybe some acting, but yeah, that dude keeps it authentic, man.
Well, like fucking the people that grow up around Hell's Angels, bro. You know what I mean? It's like these are fucking. I mean, not solely white kids, but there are a lot of white kids, and everybody listens to hip hop these days, bro. So
yeah,
I imagine that like the audience that I'm targeting is people like how when me and my brother grew up. You know what I mean? It wasn't like we just grew up loving hip hop, man, and our lifestyle was like, it's like I related a lot to what these guys were saying, and I know it was different neighborhoods, it was different drugs,
but it was the same type of mentality.
Fuck yeah, man. So
well, and like you recognized it, right? It felt familiar. It felt, you're like, I understand this, And I think that's the important thing, especially as a musician or an artist. You have to connect with your audience.
Hell yeah.
Regardless of whether it's like something I've done or just something I'm learning about. And I think most people, it's like, I like Tupac. That doesn't mean I got Thug Life tatted on my chest and I hang out with the Digital Underground, but like I like Tupac, dude, and it's cool. Like I like what he's talking about. I like Biggie. I like all that kind of stuff. And but it's like, once again, I haven't robbed or snatched necklaces off people's necks, and what he see, I'm so bad at rapping, I can't quote
bro,
it. But yeah,
my thing in but like I feel like what a lot of people, like I just got into some little spat with some guy on fucking TikTok because like in one of the songs that I think I did with Mace, I say move in silence. We don't talk about that shit. Hell's Angels, where I'm from, been a staple in this bitch. So the dude commented and goes, sounds like you're talking about it now though. And I said, well, I'm fortunate, man. I did my 150-month sentence in the feds and I came home. And now that I'm not in the game,
right,
I can talk about my experiences.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is my history.
This guy was kind of flexing, like as if he's like in a rival situation against the HA type thing.
Well, no, I think he was, because I said move in silence. We don't talk about that shit. So he was like,
oh, he was saying you're contradicting yourself. Okay,
I'm contradicting myself. So, but I just told
him, like, dude, it's a song. Like, you can't take everything literal. Like,
it's me expressing myself, man. This is.
So are you learning now to interact less with these dumb people? Are you still do you still talk to them, or?
I think I interact with them more now than I ever have, because I've noticed that like when you get into little spats with these crooks on the internet,
yeah,
or on the different sites, it
Mhm.
seems to boost the attention. Like if you're
Right.
arguing with 4 or 5 different dudes, they're like the algorithms are like, why is there so much traffic on this right now?
Oh, that's funny. Because most of the time people are always like, don't feed into that negative shit. Stop giving them attention. But I mean,
Bro,
no attention is bad. No publicity is bad publicity in a way, I
for
guess.
the longest time, I refused. Like I did it a couple times, and it was just like I walked away feeling defeated because it's like you can't do nothing.
Plus,
It's
it's
like
like it's bothering you. Probably you're thinking about it. You might as well finish off the
bro.
sentence. Yeah.
I just feel like these dudes, the people that do this little keyboard shit, they don't care. Like you could call them whatever the fuck you want to call them, and it just doesn't bother them because their purpose in life is to get a reaction out of you. So when you
Right.
react, they won. It don't matter what you say to them, they
They're
won. But
they're leeches.
now I'm like, I'm going to use this to my advantage. I mean, I don't sit there and be like belligerent or whatever, but I do
Right.
chime back now to where I used to not. Somebody say something slick, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But now I'll go back in there and I'll
I like
just,
that because I'm the same way, dude. I just I can't just shut my mouth, dude. I just there's way too much pride in my brain to let some dickhead try and get the last word on me. Like it bugs the fuck out of me. And I know it's not necessarily that I'm the most powerful person in the room, but it's just how I am. I'm like, if you're gonna talk shit, I'm gonna say something back. Like
yeah.
I can't let you start talking this crazy gospel and get all these people believing your shit. Like, no, let me correct you. Let everyone understand that you're wrong, and then we can move forward.
That
Yeah.
shit doesn't work though, bro.
No, I know.
It doesn't work.
Well, you're never going to convince them, but if I can at least make them look stupid, then I feel a little more accomplished.
Yeah.
You know? But, then that's that whole thing of, how much power do you want to give these dickheads? So like you say, there's a certain way to do it. You don't want to seem like you're emotionally affected by what they're saying, but you at the same time, you want to kind of be like, listen, I know what you're saying. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I like to the best of my ability to like combat their ignorance with intelligence. It's like I like to do my best to make them look like an idiot by being like smart assish on a level that I hope that they're so ignorant they can't comprehend, if that makes sense. It's
Yeah, I
like,
mean, I think you want to seem more composed and like it's not like you're losing your cool, but you're just educating them like that they're wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because dude, one of my biggest pet peeves about rap music is it's like instead of looking at it like it's an art, like every other genre of music or any artistic form is never critiqued the way hip hop music is or rap music is. And rap music is no different than anything else. Country music is, like country music, I feel, was formed on like depressive states, man. People that went through heartbreaks or, bad times, lost their crops or,
Yeah, I mean,
whatever
it
it
was
may
kind of
be.
like the blues, the blues.
So basically, I feel like all these people found a way to vent, to be able to express themselves and just get all the trash that's in their brain out of their brain so it just doesn't like mentally cripple them. And that's me, bro. Like writing kept me from going insane. My last couple years on my Fed case, bro, was the hardest. And if it wasn't for me writing, I feel like I'd have went fucking crazy, man.
I mean, that's really cool that you found something that one, you enjoyed, and two, you're good at, because I feel like a lot of people, they'll come up with a hobby and you're just like, well, like good for you.
Thank God you still have a job.
Yeah. You're like, well, good thing this is your side hustle. No,
Yeah.
but yeah, dude, like it's so crazy to think that the path we live and that we don't understand, and then one day it might just click, right? And I feel like you've definitely gotten to that point. You're like, man, I did my time. But man, I also learned, I mean, I don't think like what you said, I don't think you would be who you are, or you would have learned what you learned if you didn't do the time you did.
Oh, no doubt.
You
But
probably would have just been dead, or
exactly.
yeah, you know.
Or doing a life sentence, you know, it's like I honestly feel like that Fed time saved my life, man. It was like nothing happens by accident. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way that whole thing went down. I mean, we're talking about like 2004 football season was getting ready to kick off. I left. So I had everybody coming to my house for the kickoff of the football season. So I went to sleep Wednesday night. Thursday morning, my phone kept going off. And finally I picked it up and I'm like, what's up? And it's my partner, the person that I got in trouble with. And he's like, man, I need a favor. And I was like, what's up? And he's like, I need you to take a ride with me. And I was like, fuck, man. So, and he told me fucking the breadcrumbs of a payment he was going to give me. But it was like, that wasn't even what I was worried about. It was like, he was like, man, we're just doing, like, we're buttering the toast for future endeavors. You know, like, this is going to be what we need to take us to the place that we need to get to. Right. So, and bruh, this is like 8 o'clock in the morning, man. So I was like, fuck it. Go with them. And I just feel like all that shit happened for a reason, man. It's just like I was meant to go with this fool, and I was meant to get in trouble. You know what I mean? I was meant to go do all that time and then come back when I came back to avoid the catastrophic shit that was probably waiting for me had I not went.
That's crazy. But that's how also resilient and far into that system you were, to the point where you needed to be broken that much almost, or transition that much to just understand a different way of living. That's kind of nuts, you know? But like you said, you didn't choose it. I mean, you chose a path, but you didn't know where it was going to lead you. And I mean, and if they told you would have spent that much time in jail or the Fed, you wouldn't have probably been like, I'm not going on that ride.
Yeah.
Because you didn't go into it assuming any of that was going to happen. I'm sure.
No.
You know.
No. You never do. But and then it's like which is bizarre, man. You know, I resent the fact that a lot of people, when they sell drugs, bro, they don't consider it a job, right? It's just like, this is a hustle. When in reality, everything you do should be like a job. So if you're, and I'm not trying to hype anybody up into selling drugs here. That's not my intention.
Right.
But if you're going to go down that path, you should know what you're getting into. You know, you should know the laws. Like if you get pulled over, what the cops can and cannot do. You know, if you're going to transport drugs, you should know what you should and should not do while you're driving those drugs. Right. It's just like, I half-assed everything, bro. It's like, I could have very easily walked away from that traffic stop if I knew more about the law, because the cop gave me a warning for speeding and told me I was good to go. From that point on, the traffic stop is over unless he asks for consent. No. So it's like,
now, was this when you were in Utah?
Arrested, huh?
Was this when you were in Utah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, bruh, the traffic laws protect the drivers. They don't, it's like all the different laws aren't geared towards helping cops. They're geared towards helping drivers. As crazy as that fucking seems, like, bro, like a cop cannot search your car because you're nervous. Did you know that?
No, but now, I mean, I kind of knew that because I know, well, the trunk's you need a warrant for the trunk, right?
No, because a lot of fucking, well, I don't know how that, I think.
If it's like a closed trunk, not like an SUV, but if it's like a trunk in a sedan, I heard that it's harder for them to just get access to that area of your car,
Well, because
right?
I think what they could do is ask you if they could search the trunk. If you say no, they could bring the dog out. Then if the dog hits, I think that's probable cause.
Oh, and that's basically like a warrant right there.
But bro, getting up to that point is there's so much that goes into it. Like these fools have to have, like if they pull you over for suspicion of a stolen car, once they figure out that the car is not stolen, they have to have probable cause. Being nervous isn't probable cause. I mean, these fools would like have to see like a plastic bag in your fucking thing, or the smell. Like I smelled something when I walked up on their car or whatever. So like the probable cause is heavy, man. And if they don't, and with all the like cams that they now, the body cams and all that shit, like there's no way for them to just like make shit up and do whatever the fuck they want. Now they have to walk that line, bro. And that shit, I'm telling you, if you know your rights, like when that fool, because he gave me my warning for speeding and told me I was good to go. Then when I got out of the car, he said, wait by the side of the car. If I would have known the laws like I know them now, I would have told him I'm not going to wait on the side of the car, bro. You told me I'm good to go. This traffic stop is over.
Yeah.
I'm going.
But like you said, he didn't have a chest cam back then. So that might not have worked out. Oh, he did.
Even back then? My whole traffic stop was on camera, bro. Because he pulled me out of the cop car.
Was that the hood cam or was that on him?
Well, he had the recorder on him at the time. Then he had the dash cam because he pulled me out and put me in his cop car. So, bro, I'm on dash cam the whole traffic stop.
That's another good tip. Don't talk when you're in that car because they're recording everything.
and this fool took me on what's called a fishing expedition. Oh yeah, if you're ever in the back of a cop car.
Oh, and then when they start picking your brain and he's trying to get you to admit to shit in the back of the car.
Well, no, like you like the cops can't get in there and start asking you where you're going. That does not pertain to this traffic stop. Or this motherfucker was asking me what my mom did for a living. You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck is that important?
But if you were to answer, they would treat it like voluntary information, correct?
Yeah, but he's not allowed to do that. It's called a fishing expedition, and it's illegal.
Oh, because even if they read you your Miranda rights, it's still illegal, right?
Well, it's illegal if once they read you your rights, if you tell them you want to talk to an attorney,
right?
They can't ask you shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and I learned that from Law and Order,
bro. You gotta like, I mean, when you go to work, bro, you get taught. You know what I mean? You learn what the fuck you're doing when you go to work. It's not just like I'm gonna show up to work and just do whatever the fuck I feel fit. It's the same thing with selling drugs, man. It's like if you're gonna go down that path, make sure that you know what the fuck you're getting into. Make sure that you know your rights and, bro.
Yeah, dude, I think that's important. You know, and it's like, and it's funny because I know a lot of police too, and it's funny how many of them even are like, no, you don't need to do that. You know, and it's just funny because you think I've got friends of all shapes, colors, and everything, right? And it's just because it's just how I am. Like I like everybody and I hate everybody, right? So it's like I don't nitpick who my friends are. I just people who I like are my friends, and people like me. We're just people, right? We're family. We get to know each other, and that's just like we have similarities, no matter who we are, or what we are. I try and learn from everybody, but it is interesting that a lot of my friends that are either ex-cops or current ones, they have a similar mentality than all the, and I think it's just, I know there's straight-laced cops, and then there's like the Boy Scout types. But it's interesting to learn that there's even like I think some people think that some cops, that like all cops are the same. And I think to a point they are, but they could be just as criminal and crazy as anybody, you know, and we're all human beings. So
exactly,
it's kind of crazy to think like once they don't have the badge on, they're just as fucked as everyone else that they're busting, you know, and
even when they have the badge on, I mean, bro, look at all
even when they have
crazy shit that they do.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers, bro, are doing it knowing they're on camera. It's like,
and that's the weirder thing. Like when I see stuff nowadays on Instagram and shit like that, like, do you remember, I don't know if you saw this video. I think it was from San Jose, and I wish I had a resource. I could probably pull it up later, but it was a San Jose they pulled this guy over, and I think he was Asian, but they were like, oh no, he wasn't Asian. I think they were African American, and then he had the baby mama was in the car, and the baby was in the car, and he said he was asking weird ass questions. He's like, oh, is your kid in the car? Is your kid alive? Like, is your kid dead? And it was like, I don't, it was a weird viral video that was like a local video. And the cop was just saying the weirdest fucking shit. And the dude on the curb was just like, what are you talking about? And then the baby mama was like, is this motherfucker serious? Like she said it in front of the camera because she was recording it all. And it was just like, how is this dude like a police officer? How is this crazy fuck? How did he pass a fucking psych thing? How did he do, you know what I mean? And I got some friends that are trying to be police officers. They did like they served in the Navy, right? I got a buddy who served in the Navy 20 years ago. He had a situation where he witnessed his boy get his legs blown off. Wow. And they prescribed him with some, you know, some stuff to help him out, help him get through the time, which I guess nowadays would be considered like an antidepressant or something like that, like, which is understandable, right? But the current police force is like, we can't bring you on because you were prescribed this medication, even though it was 20 years ago. And I'm like, I even told them, I'm like, how many crazy fucking pieces of shit cops are there right out there right now? And they won't let you join up because you had a written prescribed note from a doctor and from the military while you were serving your country
for some like PTSD stuff.
Yeah, for PTSD type stuff that you went and got the you know, you went and got your prescribed stuff, you went through it, and you even followed up with the therapy and whatever they had you required you're required to do to even maintain like your status in the military. And it's crazy to think. And I even told them, I think, I bet you it's just because of all the PR, the bad PR they've been having in the last 10 to 20 years.
Oh yeah, well,
it's insane. It's like, but
it's a fucking these fools are it's like preventative maintenance is what it is, bro. Yeah. Because if that person should come in there and do something crazy, and then the family's like, hold on, man, you guys had somebody that obviously had mental fucking issues from whatever trauma that he experienced in the military, and now you put him on the force. So it's like I was just talking about this at work. Like somebody was they was like making fun of, because on the street by these towers, cooling towers and machine rooms, it's like real dark. So these fools went and put these like gas powered lights back there, and one of the workers was like, they act like we don't have headlights. And I was like, that's not they are preventing somebody from going back there and like hurting themselves or crashing. I mean, if you're sitting there driving and looking at your cell phone back there and it's dark and you crash into something, you could say the lighting's bad. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, if that guy probably could have lied and said that he was never on that medication, bro, and been fine.
You know, and that's kind of what I thought too, because I'm like, there's got to be a statute or whatever that protects you for a certain amount of years with information.
California, 7 years.
Yeah.
They can't go back past 7 years on background checks.
It's not 15 anymore. Was it ever 15, or did they lower it?
I don't know, but I know 7 years in California. That's how I've passed all my background checks, because my case was in 2004. I didn't get out till the end of 2014.
Oh yeah, and so 2011 was the cutoff anyway.
Yeah, so
that's a trip.
Yeah, California is the only state. Well, it was like 6-7 years ago. Was the only state that protected, because there's like I forget, like if you're gonna make over 200,000, they could do a background check past 7 years. I forget what the other two stipulations are, but California protects you from all three. So if you're gonna make over 200,000, they can't go back past 7 years, and whatever the other two are, they still can't go back past 7 years in California.
Yeah. Dang, yeah, that's crazy. So besides your parents, and this is kind of diving back into your upbringing as a child, like you grew up like listening to, so what kind of music did your folks listen to? Like country?
Uh, Bro, our earliest, my dad and my mom's music when we was growing up was like Smokey Robinson, Barry White, The
Oh, so a lot of
Temptations,
good. Okay.
Manhattans. It was
Yeah.
like all oldies.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
parents didn't get into the country thing until they was older,
Mhm.
but I grew up on fucking oldies. Brenton
Yeah.
Wood, God, Marvin Gaye.
Dang, Brenton Wood's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a low rider.
Yeah, hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
Dude, that's bomb. Like the Four Tops, stuff
all
like
that,
that. Yeah.
bro, that is my music. Like to this day, actually, I think like I listen to a lot of hip hop now just because it keeps my mind up with what uh with like it gives me ideas. You know what I mean? Like I'll listen to Mozzie and be like, man, that fool just said something dope, man. That reminds me of a situation that I had, and I write a song about it.
Yeah.
But like for just pleasure listening, bro, I listen to a lot of country, man. But like my lady will throw on like the Bobby Womack on
Oh yeah.
Pandora because she knows I love Bobby Womack. So, but
Yeah, dude. That's bomb. Like
country and oldies is my when I just want to vibe out.
now what kind of country? Because I know country is such a vast, it's like rock. There's so many types of country. Like, are you talking like 90s era, like old
Hey,
outlaw country?
what's the country dude that we both like Billy Currington for sure, but Chris Stapleton. I'm a huge fan of Chris
Stapleton.
Stapleton. I like I like that grimy man. Chris
Yeah.
Stapleton to me is like fucking bruh. That's like the old Hank Williams, but he's
Yeah.
just like he took the Chris Stapleton is like Hank Williams on steroids, bro. This fool is just like such an amazing talent, and this motherfucker, bro, has wrote songs for some. Imagine being that talented and starting off writing songs for other people,
Yeah. That's pretty nuts.
and then it's like, bro, when are you gonna make music for yourself? And then now look at him.
Well, you know what's crazy is I think Marvin Gaye started as a drummer in Motown.
Really?
Yeah, and also Jimi Hendrix was like a session guitarist in Motown as well. Like he would just play on songs and get paid. And isn't that crazy? Those two virtuoso type artists were backing up, like you just said, writing for other people, paying their dues. No one knew who they were. They were in the background, and now they're two of the most influential people in music.
Well, I feel like, bro, that like something that I push to everybody is like if you're following your passion. So I'm sure that these guys were just they they were drawn to music. So he was happy
Yeah,
playing the guitar for whatever.
right.
You know, and that fool would have probably done it for free because he just loved it. And then it just morphed into Jimi Hendrix. You know what I mean? God.
But you know, some
So
people think like you're just born into stardom and shit. And it's like, no, you got to pay your dues and and walk that line.
that was like something that I had a hard time accepting with the music, bro. I honestly, and it might have been like some arrogance on my part, but I was like, bro, I put in my work. You know what I mean? I feel like I deserve the respect right away that a lot of these mainstream artists have. Like people should respect me from just because what I'm talking about, I lived it and I went and did all my time. You know what I mean? So people should respect it. But it was like I learned the hard way, bro. The first thing is not very many people, as crazy as it seems, look at white people and think that this motherfucker could have been doing anything that I talk
Right.
about. So
Let
it's just
alone.
like
Yeah.
I'm paying my dues. You know what I mean? It's like I forget what song I put out, man. It might have been the Coco County Freestyle, but I had Norteños reaching out to me from prison, and it was like, bro, this fucking song is dope as fuck. You know what I mean? It's like,
because no one really talks about that Cocoa County. Really, is that what kind of why they were hitting you up?
Well, I just think that them fools was like, like whatever I was talking about resonated with these guys. You know, I got one of my partners that's in the feds, and he's in where the fuck did he say he was at? Maybe Colorado or something. Mm-hmm. But he hit me up and was like, man, Matty, I walked past some of the essays and they was bumping your music, and I had to go up there and tell him, man, I know this guy. I was in the pen with him or whatever. So it just
that's funny.
I feel like, bro, it's like you're in an apprenticeship. You know what I mean? It just, you're chugging along, man. People are eventually going to either respect you or just discard you. But
yeah, finding your people, man. I think that's a big part of it. You know, I think I'm still on that journey. Like, I know who they are. They just need to know who I am. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
I think you feel the same way. You're like, I know who I am. I just need people that are like-minded or understand me to know that I'm here. That's the hard part, the marketing.
The algorithms. It's like I tell people all the time, who do they pair my music with?
Mm-hmm.
Who can they pair my music with? Like, who can they say, okay, we're going to put this guy's music with this audience because Mozzie's audience is going to like what he's saying. No, Mozzie's audience ain't going to like a white boy with fucking shamrock fucking shits everywhere, drinking fucking Irish whiskey. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's like, do we put them with the jelly roll people? No, because
yeah, exactly, because that's not your style.
No, so I'm like,
and just because you look like you would be hanging out together, right?
Yes.
You know, that's
so
silly.
I'm just stuck in this little middle zone, man. So,
but that's a good thing, and I know and I feel like I'm in the same, not the same, but I'm in a similar, like, it definitely speaks to me as well, because I think both of us are original and real to who we are and honest. And it's not like we're trying to fit into a market or some kind of person. We're just literally just like, this is who the fuck I am.
Yeah.
You know? And me and you aren't the same, you know? And I mean, sure, we're both white dudes, but like, we're not the same at all.
Yeah.
You know? And like, it's cool that, you know, we could be cool with each other, but it's like you said, it's like, I don't want to just be lumped into a category because you think I look this way.
Yeah.
Like, my work and my art should speak for who I am and where I belong, you know, not what I look like. This is crazy. But music is kind of superficial in that way too, like, especially with rap. Like, a lot of these young rappers, dude, like, you know how they all kind of look the same, they all kind of rap the same.
Yeah.
And it's a thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't need to do that.
Nah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think in the end, people will respect the fact that I didn't take the easy route. You know what I mean? It's just like, stayed in my own lane. The people that I fuck with every day, that, I mean, I might not talk to them every day, but they're the people that I turn to when I go watch games, when I do this, when I do that. Them are the fucking people that I have in my videos. You know what I mean? When you see me in pictures that I post, you're seeing me with people that I care about, man. You know what I mean? That I swam in shit with, that I'm living this reformed life with. So I just feel like you don't get that a lot from people, and I'm not taking shots at people, but it's like, how many white rappers do you see in a video with all white boys?
Yeah, normally it's all black dudes.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And I feel
they want their street cred.
Fuck yeah. So, and I feel like that could, the fact that I don't do that could hurt me. And it's like, and I put it out there, bro. When I'm doing videos, I tell everybody to come. So all my homies could come, but it's just like certain people will show up. So
yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like I know that I could probably go to certain areas and get the people that I do fuck with to get all their homeboys, and I could do the same exact thing that these other white boy rappers are doing. But I just feel like at the end of the day, is that who I am?
Right. I like what you said too. That really registered with me when you were kind of like, I'm showing the people I hang out with, I'm showing what we do. That's kind of what I'm doing here. Like I'm really I like that I'm time capsuling this time of my life. Like,
bro,
these are people I'm meeting, these are people I'm talking to, and like I can go back 30 years, hopefully we're still all around, and listen to some of this shit, because I've actually gone back since I've been doing this since 2019. I've gone back and listened to a couple ones that I haven't heard or talked to some of these guys in years. And it's oddly, it's not that I like listening to my own voice, but it's oddly how refreshing and just the nostalgia of reconnecting almost, but without talking to that person. I'm like, oh, wow, this is a full on conversation I've had that I'm able to time capsule. And maybe I could show my kids, hey, look, like it's almost educational. Like this was how things were, at this time in our lives and this time in history, and
yeah, hell yeah,
especially with you with the visuals, man. Like you can literally show your kids once they get older and be like,
bro.
look
Well,
what I'm doing.
a lot of times I bring my kids to the video shoot. I mean, how many times do you see the kids in my videos?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Coco County Freestyle is one of my best videos, bro. And we had all the kids in that damn thing.
Because I think your daughter was that one of the first ones she was in? She was in another one too, right?
Her and Matthew were in No Apologies, and that was like my second video, I think, or my third video.
Yeah. That was the one with the Connor sample, right?
Yeah. I can't remember if they were in I'm Known for that.
But see, I also like that too, because it's something they're gonna remember. And even if it's something that they're like, man, Dad, you're so lame. It's like, yeah, but look, I cared enough to bring you in this.
Hell yeah.
Like how many parents bring their kids to work?
I always wanted to make them a part of it, man.
Yeah. But like you said, also you're scrapbooking them as at a time in their lives that you're never going to get back, that you're only going to be able to relive through memories. And now that it's on video, you can go back and be like, man, look how sweet you were.
Yeah, bro. Like I had my bro, because I'll be in the studio. One time I had me, my lady, my niece's friend. We had the twins in there, bro. We was just, it's like vibing, but we had my daughter get in there and say, my daddy's a gangster into the microphone. It's on one of Mace's songs. And
that's a good drop.
Bro, that verse is so crazy, man. But how it comes in with her saying, my daddy's a gangster.
Did you get a little hyped when you're like, oh, that's cool?
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah. Like my niece was like, you need to put that at the beginning of every one of your songs. And
yeah, yeah, kind of like how DJ Mustard has that drop.
Exactly.
Be like your drop. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Smart.
So
I had a weird question, but I thought it was interesting. I found it. It was which 3 movies, or you could just do 1 or 2, that you really enjoy the soundtracks from. If you're you like any classics you can think of, maybe, or even any current ones that you were digging.
Bro, what is the fucking it's got to be the best soundtrack ever. But what's the movie, the black dude? I think he was in the army. He comes home. The fuck is that movie, man? Does he start committing bank robberies or something?
Were you talking about American Gangster? But not that one.
No, this is an older movie, man.
Like what era? 80s?
90s, maybe.
90s?
2000, maybe early. I think it was. God, man, that's a good question, because I remember. I think they even did 2 parts of it, man. But the first.
What actors were in it? Or
fuck, bro, that's the dude I'm trying to remember what else he plays in. But
like Lawrence Fishburne.
No. God, I could see this dude's face so clearly, bro. But
damn.
Fuck, that's gonna bother me, bro. I'll end up
That's okay. Do you remember the music, at least?
Bro, that's the other thing I'm trying to remember. What's the he's got he's black dude, real deep voice, man. He's got like, it's the God damn, bro. How come I can't remember the fucking?
I know, and I feel like a bum because I'm like not really helping.
Are you a movie buff?
A little bit, but I think I am. But then I always am surprised when people, and that's why I asked this question, because I'm always kind of learning more and getting
Isaac
more.
Hayes.
Oh, Isaac Hayes. Yeah.
Isaac
Okay.
Hayes is like one of the
Wait, was it
main
Superfly or
songs.
something?
No, this is like a fucking gangster movie where the dude comes home and from like Vietnam or from a war or something, and he just bro, why can't I this dude plays in other fucking movies too, man. Let me see if I can find it really fast, but I don't know if we got the time for that.
Oh, we got the time.
The fucking movie.
Isaac Hayes, because I know Isaac Hayes did like the Shaft song. He was like a 70s soul artist, but it was in the 90s.
Let me see here.
Because I figured you were going to give me different answers. That's why I was excited to ask this question. Because I was like, I'm going to learn a little bit about your interests and possibly get some new shit to watch. Why are you looking for that? I can name one of the ones that I like. You ever seen the movie Dazed and Confused?
I think so. I don't know. Refresh my memory.
Shit. It's like it was in the 90s, but it took place in the 70s. And there was a high school, it was the last day. They're all just partying. Matthew McConaughey's in it, Ben Affleck's in it. That's a good movie. But the whole soundtrack is just classic rock. But I grew up.
What's the movie?
Rock. Dazed and Confused.
God, and it's got all them guys in it.
Oh yeah, dude. It's classic.
Dude, what about Forrest fucking Gump?
Oh yeah, the soundtrack for that's amazing.
God.
Dude, that's a great example.
Bro,
I didn't even put that on there, but I know exactly what you're talking about. You got Skinnerd on there. You got all kinds of soul. Bro. You got all kinds of stuff. That's a fucking great soundtrack. And I think that soundtrack won a Grammy or something.
Did it really?
There's some soundtracks that are so good that they actually sold so well that they're like platinum and shit. It's insane.
Man, I'm going to have to look up that fucking bro, because I remember thinking to myself, this is a great fucking soundtrack, because bro, I believe I got the soundtrack to the motherfucking movie while I was in prison.
So if you don't remember the music, what style of music was it? Was it like 90s gangster rap? Was it 70s soul?
No, it was like Isaac Hayes type shit.
Okay, so
I remember
Curtis Mayfield type music.
Movie, the dude is driving around and that Isaac Hayes shit comes on, and let me see, maybe I could say what soundtrack is Isaac Hayes on.
Is it Across 110th Street or something? Was that?
That's a song.
No, it's a movie too.
That's Bobby. Is it? What movie is that? Or who plays in it?
Well, he did the soundtrack for the movie.
Let me see.
That's where the song came from. And I think that is that Bobby Womack?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I think he might even be in the movie. I might be wrong on that, but I know the song. He did the song for the movie, just like how Superfly by Curtis Mayfield was popularized by the movie because he did it for the film Superfly.
Yeah, no, that ain't them, because that's like an old school movie, huh?
Yeah, that's like blaxploitation, 70s. That's a classic as far as that's concerned.
Watch, I'm gonna find the movie and send it to you, because now it's like I could see the I can't remember what other fucking movies that guy played in though, man.
Well, I definitely feel flattered, because I guess that's a good question. I'm just kidding.
Right?
I stumped him.
That is a Shaft. I don't know. I'm gonna find it and send it to you. But yeah, I love Forrest Gump. You know what other Belly?
Oh, I was thinking that because that had Nos in it, right? Was Nos?
Yeah.
I think Nos was in that. Wasn't DMX in that too?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that is a classic. That's a really good soundtrack.
So that was a tough question for me, man, because like a lot of times I won't even pay attention to that stuff. I'll enjoy it, the music, and bruh, like it's because I recently started like messing around with marijuana to help me sleep.
Right.
Right. I mean, I only do it
at night
before bed.
Right.
But bruh, sometimes that shit will get me on like such a unique level that I'll be like, wow, man, who the fuck comes up with these soundtracks, bro? Can you imagine like finding the perfect babe, finding the perfect song to go with the right moment in a movie?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Excuse me for a second.
Oh no, you're good.
Oh, hold on. So, but yeah, I was tripping on that, bro. I was like, how crazy is it to be able to come up with all these perfect songs for the perfect moments? I mean, that's a talent, bro. The people that make the soundtracks for movies are underappreciated, in my opinion, because that shit's a talent, bro.
Along with being a food taster, that was actually one of my dream jobs because I wanted to be a music supervisor.
Dude, food taster. So my
dude,
brother.
Not to cut you off, I real quick, I wanted to say something since we just got on to food. I watched your 13-minute video on your spread, and I've seen some videos on making spread, but I was I was locked in on watching that. And I don't know if you, as anyone has told you this, but every once in a while, I think you should do some jail time recipe videos, dude, because that was pretty fucking cool.
You know, yeah, I'll do it again because I enjoy doing that. But so listen, my brother is doing a podcast as well. I don't know if you've seen the Burbeck and Garrettson. I post about it, but their podcast is pretty dope, bro. If you ever want to go on their podcast and get your stuff to their audience and their stuff to your audience, and
that's what I want to do more. I wouldn't mind being a guest and have someone pick my brain, because
bro, their podcast is dope. They got 4 people, right?
Yeah.
They got 4 people, and they just go in there and have hella fun, bro. It's dope. But so I'm a foodie. Food is like something that I'm extremely passionate about, right? It's like I could talk about food all fucking day, bro. But I recently got put onto this company called Meat and Bones, MEATN Bones, and I ordered this like the rarest. When I say rarest, like the most hard to find meat out there. So I ordered this steak, $150 for 10 ounces. You should see the marbling on this thing, bro. I'll send you a picture.
Yeah.
So we're gonna Wednesday.
I'm already getting my mouth watering.
Oh my God, bro. I cannot wait. So the food, my order, and I mean, I didn't order a lot because obviously the prices on this stuff is insane. But so we're gonna do a podcast because I was just tripping about the different levels of stuff. Like you have your Costco steak, or you have your Walmart steak,
right?
You have your Walmart vegetables, or you have your food market vegetables. There's different levels to everything. But like, what really made me start thinking about that is the marijuana. It's because these fools have taken the marijuana level to such a high level that it blows me away. Like, I don't know if you're a connoisseur of that, but
yeah, no, I'm a stoner for sure.
Bro, so this is all new to me. How like you could get very, very high quality weed and you hit it, it's harsh. You know, it's like the taste isn't very good. Then you could get the elite marijuana and you hit it, it's smooth, the taste is impeccable.
It fucks you up.
Bro, you get so fucking high that it's just like
a little like a hit. You could have smoked a whole bowl of that dirt weed, but like you take a little half a bowl and you're good.
That is all I do. Like I'm the one hitter quitter person, bro.
Hey, that's beautiful,
bro. Because that shit it's vicious, man. That stuff, this new style weed. But like I tell everybody, imagine. You okay, bub? Imagine like not smoking weed since I don't know, bro, before 1997 or something.
Well, and now that it's all crazy hype, like,
and then coming home and being, or not even coming home, just like being reintroduced to marijuana at the present time. And when you're reintroduced, you're not reintroduced to the stuff from the streets. You're being reintroduced to all the elite marijuanas, like the very, 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 very best marijuanas, the shit that you could hit and you're like, man, is this stuff even going to be good? Because it's just so smooth. I mean, it tastes good. It looks perfect, but it's like, I don't know. It seemed to me like when I was last smoking weed, if you hit it and you just started coughing right away or whatever, that was like the bomb.
Right.
Now, as where I'm at with it, I'm like, if I hit it and it's harsh, I'm like,
that sucks,
man, I don't like this.
Yeah, this shit's kind of like, this is some bunk ass weed or something.
Bro, I'm like I'm like a marijuana diva or something.
Yeah, dude, but like you said about the foodie, once you're exposed to some good stuff or something you enjoy, you can't just go back to Chef Boyardee, you know?
Bro, I will always crave my spread. That spread that I made on that show is my go-to. I love the tuna with the top ramen and
gotta throw it in the bag though when you get rid of it.
Do you have a World Market?
Yeah.
Do you like hot stuff?
Well, I saw, what are they? Are they pickled peppers? Is that what you're talking about?
They're in oil, first of all. And you know, like the Gardnera mix?
Yeah.
It kind of has that same name, but it's jalapenos. It's got like other stuff in there. But bro, I'm telling you, there's something about that oil that you could like, we would get like the pizza kit that you make at home.
Right.
And we would put the peppers
on
the pizza. And then when you heated up the pizza, the oil came out of the peppers and it just made the pizza oily. And I mean, bro, we would do these macaroni and cheese pizzas and the fucking, them peppers just changed everything, bro. But the food thing, when you go and you actually eat elite food, it's like the gift and the curse, because you get to taste like the finest things that earth has to offer, that people since the beginning of time have tried to perfect this craft to make the very best of whatever they're making. So, and then you go and you eat that, and then you're like, how the fuck can I ever eat anything again without comparing it to this? And that's what I'm hoping this steak does Wednesday night. But I think it's dope because our whole podcast is going to be directed at the different levels of everything.
Yeah. Plus, I think it's cool too when people do that because, you know, as anyone knows, when you're cooking, it's a social time as well. So God knows what kind of conversations you guys are going to be having while you're cooking that.
Bro, and you know, I told somebody the other day that I feel like in America that maybe not so much America, but maybe California, I don't know, but in Italy, bro, food is an experience. Mm-hmm. Everybody gets together and they drink wine and they just
yeah, it's not 45 minutes, it's like 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
It's a night.
Yeah.
Let's have a spread. Everybody come over, get together, we listen to music, you listen to, bruh, you know that food is the only thing that you enjoy with all 5 senses. Did you know that?
Dang, that's crazy.
Vision, hearing, smell, taste, all 5 senses are stimulated with food. It's the only thing that you'll ever do that stimulates all 5 things. So,
dang,
and I feel like a lot of that has to do with, like, you know, when you go into a fancy restaurant and your server knows everything. Like this dude will tell you, oh yeah, man, you like steak? Yeah, what kind? I like ribeye. Perfect. We got the best ribeye, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a bourbon, something, something, something.
Pairs with it, right?
From this year right here that just goes perfect with steaks. What, like, you like it medium rare? Yeah. Oh, you got to pair it with this thing right here because there's something about this whiskey or whatever that just goes perfect with,
right,
you know, the rawer meats or something. And it's just like automatically you're stimulated and you're just in the moment with this food. And then you start to smell it. Maybe you hear the whatever. It's just,
right.
Bruh, that eating is an experience, man. It's not just something that you should do to get full, man. People get together and enjoy
like
it.
you said, it's a social time. It's a time to spend with family. You can catch up. It's not just like a 45-minute Applebee's check, you know, like where you get.
Bro, there's cultures. Yeah. There's cultures that I feel like celebrate food like we do sports.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's come together and just grub, man. You ever watched the Chef's Table?
Yeah.
Bro, I love that show, man. I love when them fools call each other chef. Excuse me, chef. You know, it's just like.
Do you ever watch? God, what's that show on FXX? Oh man, it's a cooking show. Damn it! Now see, and maybe it's the weed that I'm forgetting shit, but it's a new show where he's a chef in Chicago.
I don't know.
Shit. It's called the something. Oh, God, I'm such a terrible. I'm supposed to know this shit. I'm bringing.
I'll find it. What's it on?
FXX. It's on Hulu. It won an award. It's got the dude from Shameless on it. His name was Lip. If you ever watched Shameless.
I don't know. When you if you look it up, make sure you send it to me so I know.
I'm gonna look it up right now. Oh, it's called The Bear. Watch The Bear, dude. You're gonna like it. It's yeah, you'll dig it. It's fiction, but it's dope. Everything you're saying, like, you know how like it's formal, like they cuss like crazy, but then they call each other chef. You know, you say corner. It's all this important stuff that you need to understand. That's very structured. And the other thing that was cool, because I also worked in a kitchen when I was coming up too, is there's a huge crossover with kitchens in restaurants and people with rap sheets. And it's kind of crazy how hand in hand those go.
Well, because a lot of people cook in prison.
But it's crazy because you could be like a really prestigious like restaurant and like your whole kitchen staff's probably got like on federal parole.
That's crazy, right?
But like it's crazy. It's funny though. It's you know, it doesn't matter who you are. It's how good you do your job.
Yeah. You know?
But
bro, like, have you ever heard of the sushi etiquette? Do you like sushi?
I like sushi. Yeah.
Bro, sushi is my favorite food. Right. So before I came home from the Fed, somewhere along the line, I like read an article about sushi etiquette. And that shit is so like, bro, you got to read an article about sushi etiquette. It'll blow your mind.
So it's kind of like the order you eat things and how you mix things together type stuff. You're saying
like mixing soy sauce and wasabi.
Mm-hmm.
Disrespectful because the chef, if the sushi chef is gonna put wasabi on the roll, and to them it's the perfect amount of wasabi to it's not like overpower the taste and all like, that type of stuff.
It's like asking for salt when you go to a restaurant.
Yeah, or A1 sauce at a steakhouse. It's like, what are you fucking doing?
You're just tasting the A1.
You're a motherfucker gonna
see when you were growing up, right? When you were growing up, because maybe not, but when I was growing up, I had A1 steak sauce in my fridge. I don't have A1 steak sauce anymore, but
I know that shit's like
it's good, but that's all it tastes like.
Yeah.
Eating A1 with some chewy A1.
Well, bro, I don't think that for
You
the
must have had some
longest
bad
time, I
cuts of
don't think
meat.
people really enjoyed what was going on here. They're like, okay, this is just a piece of meat. I need to flavor it up.
Well, you know what, too? They were cooking them well done, probably. So you had to add that shit just to get it down.
Yeah, well, bro, and I mean, I need to send you the description of this freaking steak that I bought. They're like, oh, the fat in this is like the perfect fat, and it just makes you feel like you're biting into a cloud. And
The flavor. But then when you said marbling, I'm like, I already know enough to know that what that is. And I'm like, dude,
bro,
so I got excited a little.
do you know how meat is graded?
I mean, somewhat, yeah. I kind of get
Like
it.
the firmness of it, the
USDA,
color,
right.
The marbling. There's four things. I know marbling, the firmness of it, the color, and something else. But food, in order for it to get like graded 5, the very best,
Right.
every single thing has to be perfect, because meat is graded by its lowest score. So if you got a 3 because the coloring wasn't good,
yeah,
your meat is graded 3.
Right.
Everything could be perfect except for the coloring, and it's going to be graded
right.
Grade 3 instead of a 5, or a 4.5 because you got dock points here. So if you ever find meat that is graded A5, bro, that is superior meat, man. That is a superior cut of meat that you're about to experience, man. Food is incredible, man. I could talk about that stuff all day. And I mean, I like look forward to being able to eat good. Like when me and my lady go places, bro, I'm Googling what are the good places to eat.
Well, before we sign off, because I know you got the baby. What's a good? Because I'm gonna ask you this because it sounds like you're a steak guy. What's your favorite steak spot in the Bay Area? Like, do you think does it right? Maybe without saying Ruth Chris, and I'm not saying you were gonna say Ruth Chris,
No,
but
me and my lady go to
spot?
this place called Cole's Chop House in Napa.
Cole's Chop House, hell yeah!
And dude, you want to know something crazy? When we go to Ruth Chris, she gets the chicken and I get the shrimp. So it's like I don't go to Ruth Chris for the steak.
Right.
I'm such a when it comes to steak, bro, I'm so like particular. Steak, I feel, has to be perfect in order for me to go to a restaurant that's supposed to be like a sophisticated place. That steak better not have no chewiness. Every bite better be the perfect bite. I mean, that shit is I don't know, man. Food is important to me, and I've never been really impressed. They had this place called La Virage in Walnut Creek. That was the best food ever, but they shut that down, and I think the manager went and opened a spot in San Francisco on the top of one of the motels out there. Mama,
there's real quick, I got something for you too. There's a place in Danville I like called Forbes Mill. You ever been there?
No, but you need to send it to me.
I'll send it to you because I've eaten there before, and they got, like you said, they got the grades on there when you order the steaks.
Really?
They'll show you. Like we had some Wagyu. It's tremendous. And Danville's not that far from you, I don't think. It's
you know what, I'm gonna there's a tiny little steak spot in Port Costa, and I'm gonna find out the name of it, man. I mean, Port Costa is this small, bro. Literally one street. It's just the tiniest place ever. People go down there because they have the little warehouse bar that also serves food. But like Sundays, everybody goes down there. But they got a little steakhouse when you're driving in on the left side that is fucking incredible, man. I'll find out the name and send it to you. But
yeah, and see, I like I like talking stuff like this because I could tell you're, you know, one, I know you're not full of shit, but I like asking you these questions because you're not just gonna tell me like the generic, like, oh, Morton's, or like, you know, like you actually do your research and know what the
Yeah.
hell you're talking
Well,
about.
because you know what I've learned, bro, or through my experience of going to places like Ruth Chris, it's like I feel like once upon a time those people probably had the best steaks. But then as time goes on, it's just like now we don't have to try. We got our reputation. It's like fucking music artists, you know,
Like,
it's like
they're selling out basically.
they get to a certain point to where it's like, okay, I'm just gonna go in there and say whatever because everybody's gonna buy it anyway because of my reputation.
Kind of a
So, but
corporate mindset more than like I don't know, a passion.
yeah, like I don't feel like you're gonna get the best Japanese food at Benihana's, bro. Maybe at one point
No.
in time that might have been the case,
Yeah.
but not no more.
No. In fact, the
It's
only
trash.
place I can think of is there's a good place in, you ever been to the Prune Yard in San Jose?
Uh-uh.
It's over on, you know where Campbell and Winchester, you know where Winchester's. Oh, well,
Bro,
anyway.
I was just in San Jose for a week too.
Well, there's a place called Kyoto Palace. It's pretty good. But once again, I don't really know Japanese food that well, but it's better than Benihana because Benihana's super chainy.
Okay, well, if you ever want to go to since I've been home, the best sushi that I've ever ate came from a place called Majori's, and it's down there by Lake Merritt. So on Lake Merritt, on the other side, there's like a little community. There's a movie theater right there.
Oh, is it the Grand Theater?
Yeah, yeah, it's right on the corner, right? And then on the other side of the freeway is Lake Merritt.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you're looking at that movie theater, if you walk down that road, like 4 or 5 businesses down, it's a little sushi spot, and it's a tiny little spot, bro. But oh my goodness, that place was phenomenal, bro.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Super
And
fresh.
my cousin and his wife are foodies too, and they was like, "This is superior food right here, bro."
And that's rare because I feel like you said, when you're a foodie, there's always like you're always like, it was good, but there's always, you know, a by the way. Like it's rare when you could be like completely just
all
satisfied.
3 of us were blown away.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like I was like, "Oh my God, this food is incredible." All 3 of us were like, "This food is next level."
Dude, that's always a good thing. Like, especially like because nothing's worse than when you take your friends out and you're like, this place is really good, and they're always just like, you know what, I didn't really dig it that much. You're like,
yeah,
well, fuck you. No, but like, yeah.
All right.
But like no,
I put
like you
all
said,
this thought into this, and you don't even like it.
just lie to me next time.
Yeah.
Be respectful. No, but so is there anything you want to plug that you got coming up, project wise, show wise?
I don't have no shows coming up, but that the Emergence of Matty Boy is going to be coming out soon. And matter of fact, my partner sent me the last master for the 6th song, so I'm gonna put it all into the little CD place and have them burn off all my copies, and then I'll be posting them like crazy.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to get in there. I'll get one of those because I still got a CD player in my car, dude.
Yeah. Bro, you know what's crazy, homie, is I wouldn't even have done the CD thing, but you would be surprised on how many people ask for CDs. They're like, I want a CD because when I go out on the boat, I want to have a CD. I don't want to have to
well, dude, you don't need internet. You don't need, it's there. It's physically yours. That's the other thing. We don't own shit anymore.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I would have never thought, bro, but everybody loves CDs, man.
Well, if you think about it, Spotify, you're like leasing your own music.
Yeah, I know, right?
Where the hell's my damn masters?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
it's kind of a trip, man, dude, when it's all digital, you know? But yeah, dude, so you're still Matty Boy on YouTube. I know I think you're Matty Boy 417 on Instagram, or is there?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Matty Boy.
Well, now it's Matty Boy Family, but the family is spelled Family, like my
Oh,
little gang thing. So, but I'm gonna try to change it because I did that because I'm trying to
oh,
have one Instagram strictly for my music and then one for my family and like everyday type stuff.
differentiated a little. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, because, and the other thing too is you probably don't want to be posting family pics on your music
Well,
page as much too, probably, right?
recently, Mace tried to reach out to like, I forget which one it is, maybe Bay Area Rap News or something like that. Was like, hey man, can I shoot you some money, and then you just like post me and my guy's music. And he goes, well, what's your guy's Instagram? So he went on my Instagram and he was like, man, he don't even look like he's taking his music seriously. So I was like, fuck man, maybe because I post my everyday life shit. It's just like I don't just post music shit. So
Yeah.
but then I figured, man, maybe I need to do that. So when people come to my shit, they just see what they're there to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's the thing. I'm not really so savvy with the marketing on social media. I got some friends that are just aces in the game with it. And I'm like, how do you do it? And whenever I ask them that, they're just like, you just got to be consistent. You got to always do it. Like you said, with the algorithm stuff, it sees how often you post, it sees what you post.
To me, bro,
I wish I could
consistency is
hire someone to
everything.
do that shit.
Consistency. One day you'll be able to.
Yeah.
Consistency is everything, man. Be controversial. Get
Right.
people on there that are going to talk about shit that people are either scared to talk about. Everybody wants to hear about it, but they're scared to talk about it and
Where
be
to
that
find
person.
out. Right.
So
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And that's definitely what I want to do. I want to find things that, for the most part, selfishly, that I'm interested in. And that I can share. Cause that's why I say all the time, I'm like, this is for me before it's for anybody
well,
else.
bro, if you're not interested in it, how is it going to be interesting?
Exactly.
You know, it's like
I don't want it to be like a 9 to 5. I want this to be something I want to do.
fuck yeah. Somebody that doesn't like to eat food ain't going to be the person that's talking about food. You know what I mean? So
And they shouldn't be. Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think consistency, man. To me, as long as you keep grinding and grinding and grinding, something's gonna pop off, man. Somebody's gonna be like, man, some famous person's gonna be, I fucking love this dude's podcast. And then
Hell yeah.
there you go.
Well, dude, I'm definitely down to get on your brother's pod. I think that'd be fucking cool. I'll reach out to him. I'll reach out to you to get his info, and then I'll bug him and see
Dude,
what
just
happens
look
with
up
that.
Burbeck and Garrettson and tell
Burbeck
him
and Garrison.
tell him you just did a podcast with me and I told you about it. And, bro, these fools, they're a
I would
good
love
time.
that, dude. I'm down to. I'm always trying to like meet new folks and see what.
Bro, you have to. Like, I think that's one of the things that hinders me most in the music thing because I'm such a introvert that it's like instead of being out interacting with other people that are in the same like passions that I'm in,
Right.
it's like I'm just reclused.
Yeah.
So,
but then part of that, but there's a draw for that for me too because I do enjoy my alone time.
me too.
I like just kind of being like you said at nighttime. I do the same thing. I go out my garage. I get a little stoned. You know, I might watch 30 minutes of some bullshit, but then I'll go inside. I'll watch something. But I end my night, and that 30 minutes I'm out there by myself. I'm collecting myself. I'm kind of reviewing how I'm feeling for the day. Maybe getting my goals in order for the week, let alone maybe the month, that I couldn't just do on my own because I've got so much shit in my head. And it just kind of allows me to refocus my attention and just kind of be a little fucked up. I mean, let's be honest. It's cool to float a little every once in a while.
Oh, bro, to me, like I've got such a huge respect for marijuana now, bro, that it's like I did my little hits last night and normally like if I got a lot on my mind, like all it takes is one thought to send my little wheel spinning, and the next thing you know, I'm up at 4 a.m. I can't sleep. But it was like I had that moment, but I got high and I was just like, And I sat there and I was just like, this is fucking incredible, man. I'm just like, I know that a part of my brain is wanting to get all lathered up and take my brain to a bad spot. But it was just like, I felt the weed had me in such a good place mentally that it was like, it took me right out of there and I was able to just think about good shit and go to sleep.
And that's the cool thing about weed too, is if you get to a weird spot, it doesn't always take much to get out of it.
Yeah.
Because if you're on, if you're on the psychedelics,
it depends on Well, it depends on which kind of weed. I don't like for me, indica is my choice because I like to just be down. And I know the
sativa.
The sativa kind of like if I have a bad thought, it seems to like spiral it out of control.
It definitely can amplify some paranoia every once in a while.
I don't like it, bro. My choice is Indo. So
you want the shit that's putting down Dumbo.
I do, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I want to be glued to the couch. I don't want to be thinking, what the fuck, man? This is
oh fuck, what do I got to do tomorrow at work?
No,
I don't want to think about that.
I don't want to think about tomorw.
No, just think about the right now.
Hell yeah.
What the hell you got in that cupboard? Because
how good this has me feeling right now.
Do you make, and I know I keep saying this, you get the munchies, right? Do you make weird concoctions and shit that you definitely would not have come across if you weren't stoned? Like you just kind of pull on an Iron Chef and just make some weird leftover
I wish.
Doom?
No. See, no. I'm usually sometimes like if me and my lady are laying there and like we're up late, we'll just be some fat kids for real and order some Jack in the Box and have that shit. I mean, she doesn't smoke, but we'll be in there fucking eating the little mini it's from fucking Costco or something.
Yeah.
So
oh dude, yeah, you can't go wrong with this. And see, that's the thing. I'm a savory guy. If I'm sober, I'll take dinner over dessert every time.
Yeah.
But the minute I get stoned, I got a sweet tooth like a motherfucker.
Oh my God, bro.
It's insane.
Oh my God. You know what? A long time ago, my gig used to be the Otter Pops, bro. I would get high. And
those are good.
Fucking eat one of them Otter Pops and be 19 of them in before I'm like, I can't eat no more.
Yeah. Dude, those are bomb. My wife, she cooks cookies and stuff. So she'll buy these big, like the Costco bags of fucking chocolate chips. And sometimes she'll be like, where the hell did all the chocolate chips go? Because my fat ass will go in there.
Don't bring cookie dough in the house, bro.
Oh, dude, forget it. She bought some of that pre-made cookie dough that you put in the fridge. And one of those nights, she bought like 2 packs. And she's like, where's the cookie dough? And I'm like, listen, I ate half of that shit one night.
Yeah,
I just was starving.
That shit ain't safe. That shit is not safe. Bro, I'll go in there and I'll be like, I'm just going to get a scoop, eat it, and be like, that ain't enough.
You know what? Give me the whole tub. I'm going to take a couple.
Let me get another spoonful.
Dude, I know. And then I wake up the next morning and I'm just like, fuck. But you know what? At that moment, I felt amazing.
Yeah. I don't even think about it the next morning. I'm like, fuck it. That shit was so good.
Oh, dude. Yeah. It's hell yeah. That's good. All right, dude. I'm going to let you go and we're going to connect again. I'm loving it. I'm not going to wait 4 years. We dealt with COVID. We dealt with a whole bunch of shit. That definitely wasn't planned, but we're gonna be in contact a lot more. And now that we definitely got more interest involved with, especially with the food stuff, and I got to touch base with you on how that steak went. So there's
Wednesday. So well, not Wednesday, maybe Thursday. I'll I don't know, because I'm going to work afterwards, but I'll for sure let you know. I can't wait, bro. I'm gonna send you pictures of it too.
Fuck yeah. I love that, dude. And I love supporting you. And I know the listeners appreciate it too. I had a bunch of family reach out to me the last time that they were like, man, it's crazy. You interviewed a dude that like, went through all that. And a lot of them are just, for lack of a better word, squares. So it's kind of funny that I'm showing them, hey, yeah, like these are people I like. These are people I get along with. This isn't just like an experiment, like, oh, let's meet edgy people. It's like, no, this is like the group of people I hang out with. These are the groups of people I like. This is my life.
People don't realize that fuck, bro. It's people that have lived those life, made mistakes, man, made bad decisions or whatever, but we're the exact same people. You know what I mean?
And then let me tell you something else, dude. Just because I got a clean record doesn't mean I didn't do anything wrong.
Exactly.
So those people are lying pieces of shit. Anyway, it's easy to judge when you got a squeaky clean record. So
yeah, you ain't lying.
I'm counting. I count blessings on, man. I can't. That's why I don't drive drunk anymore. Like, you know, in my 20s, it was I can't do that shit. I got away with it for so many years of my life that I know if I do something stupid, that's my moment to just get caught and get fucked. So
that's a whole nother podcast in itself.
Exactly.
Taking risks, drunk driving, man. That shit. I met people that were doing life sentences. Probably just drove to the bar,
manslaughter or something.
Exactly. Drove to the bar after work like they did every other day. Stopped, had their 4 or 5 beers, didn't even really feel drunk, drove home, hit a kid, killed the kid. Breathalyzer said you were drunk. Now you're fucking really fucked. It's just like people don't think about the worst case scenario. And the thing about life, if something can go wrong, it fucking will. So you could only play with fire so many times before you get burnt, man.
Exactly. And know when to use that fire, right? So,
yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
And that's a beautiful way to end this. I thanks for coming on, dude. Check out Matty Boy on YouTube. Matty Family, you said FAIMLY on Instagram. Man, I'm looking forward to your new EP you got coming out. When do you know, like roughly, was that like February or March maybe?
It'll be for sure in February.
Okay, perfect. Hell yeah. So we'll keep an eye out on that. I'll touch base with you in a couple weeks and maybe we'll get some more updates on that steak.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
Thanks
right on, my brother.
Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon. All right.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Hell yeah. Take care, dude.
You too, bro.
You have been listening to the Stoop Kid Podcast. Please subscribe and tune in next time for a whole new episode with a whole new experience.